It didn't take long for the headline to spread. Designed for maximum impact, it promised surprise and delivered controversy. But as discussion around Catherine Bell intensified, a more important question emerged. Why does this still provoke such a reaction? Catherine Bell's career has been defined by credibility. She has portrayed characters with authority and depth, often breaking stereotypes rather than reinforcing them. Yet, when a particular moment is isolated and amplified, the broader narrative is ignored. The images at the center of the conversation were not created in a vacuum. They existed within a story, guided by creative choices meant to convey realism and vulnerability. Reframing them as shock content removes intention and replaces it with assumption. This is where double standards become clear. Men's creative risks are frequently framed as commitment to craft. Women's risks are framed as personal statements to be judged. The work becomes secondary to the body, and discussion shifts away from artistry. Many viewers pushed back against that framing, calling for a more thoughtful approach. They argued that revisiting past work should invite understanding, not outrage. That legacy should be measured across decades, not reduced to a single headline. What's also worth noting is the silence expected of women in these moments. The absence of explanation is often interpreted as guilt, when it may simply be refusal to participate in a narrative built on sensationalism. Silence, in this case, can be a boundary. Catherine Bell has never relied on controversy to remain relevant. Her relevance comes from longevity and trust with audiences. That consistency challenges the idea that shock is necessary to sustain attention. The reaction to the headline says more about audience conditioning than about the subject. We are trained to respond to extremes, to equate visibility with provocation. Context becomes optional. Reaction becomes currency. But art loses meaning when divorced from its story. And artists lose agency when their work is reframed without consent or understanding. Recognizing that doesn't diminish conversation, it elevates it. In the end, instruction to take a look asks for attention without thought. A better invitation would be to take a moment, to remember context, to question double standards, and to respect the complexity of creative work. Catherine Bell's legacy is not defined by gasp. It's defined by years of disciplined craft. And that deserves more than a headline. It deserves perspective.